Hello, this is your Express briefing for Wednesday, October 6th. From the San Antonio Express News, I'm Joy Marie Scott. Become a subscriber and read more of these headlines at expressnews.com. Today, we're expecting a verdict in the trial of a San Antonio man accused of defrauding the GI Bill out of $1.2 million. We're also previewing the high school girls basketball season and the Spurs game Thursday against the Thunder. Expect mostly cloudy skies and a high of 84. A 250-foot wide, 15-foot tall water wall is coming to San Pedro Creek Culture Park. The $100,000 work will feature a light-emitting art installation. People will be able to speak or sing into a microphone, setting off a visual response to the sound waves in the form of bands of colors. County commissioners approved the work for the next section of the park, which will run between Houston and Commerce Streets and across the historic Alameda Theater. A 51-year-old San Marcos-based distributor of athletic training supplies was tossed into upheaval this year. Gatorade owner PepsiCo terminated Alert Services Incorporated's contract prohibiting its sale of Gatorade product or equipment to high schools, colleges, and pro teams, a practice in place for decades. A lawsuit filed by Alert Services alleges PepsiCo offered no explanation for ending the relationship and that Gatorade employees steered the business to other companies in exchange for kickbacks. Testimony will continue today in the legal battle between lake property owners and the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority. Fighting words erupted late Tuesday when GBRA CEO Kevin Pattison telling the homeowner's attorney, quote, "We don't believe it's your right to come into our business and tell us how to operate." Landowners are seeking an injunction to curtail GBRA's spending since the agency said it doesn't have enough money to replace dams at 6 lakes. Embattled Cibolo Mayor Stosh Boyle narrowly avoided a runoff in winning a second term, and Al Suarez crushed 2 council members in winning a 7th term as Converse's mayor in Northeast Side elections on Tuesday. Other highlights from San Antonio suburban races. Castle Hills elected Kurt May and Joe Eastbrand to city council. Sandy Oaks residents voted in favor of remaining within Via Metropolitan Transit despite not receiving service from the agency in the last 5 years. Somerset ISD voters overwhelmingly approved a $20 million bond to build a new fine arts center and provide security improvements district-wide. Statewide, voters approved all but one constitutional amendment on the ballot, including measures for more state park funding and a ban on a potential income tax. Consider a subscription to the Express News, the voice of South Texas since 1865. Just 95 cents for the first month. A digital subscription helps support our work covering San Antonio and South Texas. You'll get access to all our stories on expressnews.com. Join us at expressnews.com/subscribe. And in other news to know today, Argo Group CEO Mark E. Watson III is retiring after last month's disclosure that the SEC has subpoenaed the organization for documents about executive perks. Trae Young scored 28 of his 29 points in the second half as the Hawks handed the Spurs their third loss in 4 games. 9 members of a Mormon community were killed in Mexico. A San Antonio woman has sued the operators of a local strip club over wages. An eyewitness broke down on the stand describing a fatal crash that killed a San Antonio woman in 2017. Beto O'Rourke's presidential run couldn't overcome a backlash that formed after his Senate campaign, and this is the topic of Gilbert Garcia's latest column. And on the latest episode of The Docket, we discuss a San Antonio teen's guilty plea in the gruesome killing of his mother. You can find The Docket wherever you get your podcasts. 3 additional candidates applied for NEISD's vacant trustee position. UTSA quarterback Lowell Narcisse said he's ready to play Saturday after suffering a thumb injury against Texas A&M. Amid state intervention, Harlan ISD drew more than 15 candidates interested in its superintendent role. And a U.S. district judge will fine Texas $50,000 a day over a broken foster care system. At one point, U.S. District Judge Janice Graham Jack threatened to put somebody in jail if the state fails to give understandable information to a team of monitors tasked with ensuring the Department of Family and Protective Services carries out tasks outlined in previous court orders. Visit expressnews.com for the full story on all of these headlines and more. And now the fun stuff. Luminaria 2019 will feature piñatas, percussion, and fire. The 12th annual art festival includes a night of performances and installations at Hemisphere this Saturday. And Japanese-style crepe cones are a fun hit at one Northwest Side restaurant. Food writer Paul Stevens has the details at expressnews.com/food. And 3 new acts have joined the lineup for next year's San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. You can find those details at expressnews.com/entertainment. And that's your Express Briefing for Wednesday, November 6th. Get San Antonio's top news headlines daily. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. For the San Antonio Express News, I'm Joy Marie Scott.